action and create a conscious shift in your life? Do you seek answer to human experience? Well, welcome to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. It's a 2.5-hour safe haven for your questions and Spirit's answers. And you can transform your life right now on VCMG in South Florida. Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium who can assist you to connect the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. For the next 2.5 hours, listen and call in toll-free 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube and share love and light.
There's a light right here at VCMG on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. And tonight, we're answering your questions. We're loading you up on Facebook and on YouTube. Please follow us on the page. I'm going to make sure that we are really sharing this love and light here on Facebook. And tonight we are going to talk about, what are you attached to? What is holding you back? What would you like to have happen the way you want it to happen? And you're being, well, we're going to call you this, a spoiled brat baby. Yep, spoiled brat baby, wanting what you want, not letting go so that you can move forward. So we're welcoming your phone calls at 866-972-7247. We are posting this on our Facebook page. We welcome you to call in and join the conversation, because I've got to tell you, it is a time for all of us to let go of things that no longer serve us. It's a time for us to free ourselves. And we've got to ask this really important question. Are there things in my life that are holding me back from the future because I don't want to let go of what I believe it is, as opposed to what it is in reality, in the spiritual journey for you? There's so many questions that we need to ask ourselves. And as we ask ourselves these questions, we want to really settle in to all of the energy of what's meant to be for all of us. And as we settle into the energy of what is meant to be for all of us, we have to understand what is tied to the past, that you are insisting, if you just stay there a little longer, it's going to change. If you just put up with something going on in your job, it's going to change. Or are you attached to an outcome at your job and you're figuring this very popular statement I've heard from people, but I've been there 5 years and they've passed me by for some promotions, but I really would love to have a promotion there, but they just don't seem to be giving it to me, but I'm going to stay because I've already put in 5 years. Why? So they could pass you by for another 5 years? Or this, I'm in my marriage and I'm not happy and I just don't see a future with this person, but I don't want to be alone, so I'm going to stay here. What message you're sending the universe is you don't trust the universe to provide you with a better partner and a better love match. That's what they're telling you. It's the universe saying, I'm with you to support you, and you're sitting there resisting the change that the universe can give you by holding on and being attached to how it is and how maybe it could change and what you've already invested. There's something about us humans that we hold on to things that we are attached to, that we put a value based on time and based on money. So let's look at our homes. How many of you have a home that you're in, and now because of the housing market, you're like, well, I don't know, I can't change, but I don't like this house. It doesn't offer me what I want. Or it's too expensive, but if I go somewhere else, it's going to be even more expensive, so I have to bite the bullet and just stay here. Now, in some scenarios, we may need to hold still and pause and wait for an opportunity, but that doesn't mean that you resign yourself. I find that people are resigning themselves to the circumstances around them rather than giving themselves permission to explore new possibilities, to daydream about what the other options could be. Do you have the ability to transform your life and you're resisting it? Are you tied to a family dynamic because there's a air of drama and you're just trying not to rock the boat, baby? So you're a part of that experience, but not really letting go and saying, I don't want to be doing drama with them, so I'm just going to step out and not even be a part of that. Yes, they're family, and I understand that tie. But do you realize that other people's energy, their negativity, their drama can hold you back from what you want? Often I tell people, do not tell people what you desire and wish. And the first look on a person's face is shock, like, but why, Sarah? But why? First of all, that's your dream and your wish. When we make our birthday candle wish, which, by the way, is incorrect, we should never, with our breath of life, blow out a candle, but that's how we've all been trained. So we won't go down that rabbit hole for this moment, but let's look at the birthday wish. When people say, oh, what did you wish for? You say, I can't tell, or it won't come true. Why is that any different than what you're manifesting with the divine, with your angels, with your inner higher being? We don't tell people what we're creating. We want to create from a soul perspective that is free from limitation, that is open to infinite possibilities. And if we create with other people's opinion or their perception of us, who we are, then how are we going to get there? Sometimes we're attached to a location, a town, where we live. We can't see ourselves living anywhere else, but there are parts of where we live we'd like to change. And so we don't move out of state. We stay in the state, we stay in the city, we stay in the town. But yet our spirit, our inner being is saying, hey, I would love to live somewhere else. I would love the opportunity to explore and meet new people. But because you're attached to the location, it's familiar. We don't know how to let go. And we prevent ourselves from growing. Now, take a look at where you are in your life. Take a look at what you'd like to change and what you've been resisting. And are you attached? Are you attached to the idea of a person could be a certain way, but they haven't shown you that, but you're attached because you've invested time and your heart and you're not ready to let go? Are you attached to the story that you tell yourself about how comfortable you are, but yet you're not giving yourself permission to expand in any way in your life, and so life seems routine? And you say, well, routine is good because at least I know what I know, and better to know the devil I know than the devil I don't know. Well, does that sound like the universe? Does that sound like a universal flow? Does that sound like, well, anything in the universe? Anything on this planet? Does the tree resist the wind and say, oh, I'm happy just staying here as a tree. I don't really want to be blowing around. The palm tree will blow and bend. Regardless of how strong the wind is, it will blow and it will not break because it is built with resilience, but not resistance. It does not resist the wind, it goes with the wind. And many of you have had a strong calling, a strong prompting to make the change. The winds of change are upon you, and you haven't been able to do the change because you're attached to something. You've invested time. You're not ready to let it go. You've invested money. You don't want to lose the money. You don't want to lose the financial connection. But what if the universe has something better for you? I remember when I lived in New Jersey, and I've lived in New York and in New Jersey. Born in Jersey, grew up in Westchester County, New York, went back to New Jersey, and I liked both places. And I'll say I was a little adventurous. I moved around in New York State. That was fun, different counties. I was a little adventurous when I said, all right, I'll go back to New Jersey. I was kind of doing it under some obligation because my father had asked me to be close to a business that he had there and just wanted me near there. Didn't say I had to work for him, just near there. So I went. It was one of the choices I wasn't so keen on. But I did it because I felt it was the right thing to do. Inside, the resistance was I didn't want to change because I wasn't doing it for me. I felt I was doing it for him. Unbeknownst to me, because I took that leap of faith, that very same town is the exact town where I met my spiritual teacher. So I may not be here sitting here talking to all of you and connecting all across the globe if it wasn't for that. So I'm glad I honored what I thought was an obligatory shift and change. But somewhere the universe was pushing me to go, and I was grown up, so I could have said, no, Dad, I'm not doing that. I don't want to. You'll have to find someone else, or you'll have to move closer to your business because I don't want to. I could have taken that approach. But I was, as you can see, even though it had a little bit of obligation to it. You can't be raised by a Greek man and not feel a little Greek guilt. Got to do it. Don't give me no, he said, don't give me a problem, right? So he'd be like, come on. So I figured, all right, I'll go. So that opened up a whole new pathway for my life. But when I was in New Jersey, the biggest surprise to everyone was when I decided that everything around me in New Jersey, where I was living, the people around me, my job, even though I loved my job, had pretty much served its purpose. It had nothing more to give me. For whatever reason, I was smart enough to recognize that I had outgrown all the things I've done, the circle of friends that I was in, the action and connections with people, the dating pool at that time. The work environment was wonderful, but I didn't really want to stay in New Jersey. I had a different vision of what my life would look like in my corporate job, and my corporate job did afford me the opportunity to live from anywhere. And then I was introduced to Florida, right in the area close to West Palm Beach. And it was that introduction that gave me permission to open up to a new possibility, daydream about it. And I had a really good daydream of how it was going to play out. Obviously, it's not the way it turned out, because here I am with all of you on radio, and I'm not doing my corporate job. But there was that vision of transition. And I knew no one in Florida except for one person. And I wasn't even very close to that person. She had just said, you should move here, and you could stay here when you get ready to find your spot. So I was like, okay, that sounds fun. I guess I can do that. And so I took that leap of faith. But I had to come to this understanding that I'm encouraging you all to do. What are you attached to that's no longer serving you? What isn't working for you? What have you been doing the same thing day after day after day after day after day after day, and it's not working for you? What is holding you back? What's not allowing you to grow? And what are you not breaking away from? You see, I took this leap of faith and moved to Florida, and everyone in New Jersey is like, what are you going there for? And my answer to them was, there's really nothing here for me. So what is not present for you? Are you holding on to a home that you need to let go of? And I understand the market may require you to be strategic in that, and I'm not telling everyone put their house for sale or leave your apartment and try to find another. I understand if financially you're in a little nook that is working for you, we're not telling you to make that change. But there are so many other things that are not as dramatic that we're holding on to that are then preventing you from attracting a better place to live, a better partner, a better experience financially, a new job. But you're holding on. And some people I know, we have a strategy, those who are employed where they put in a certain amount of time and they have a pension. That works. A pension. Good. But they have to stay another 10 years and they hate their job. Something in that doesn't make sense to me. I'm going to stay at this job that I hate, and I'm not going to change, and I'm going to suffer for the next 10 years. I don't like the people. I don't like my job task. I may get promoted, may not. There's some room for growth, but nothing that really excites me. So I'm just going through the motions. So basically, 50 hours of my life a week is dedicated to something I really don't like, but I'm attached to an outcome that's years away. Why do we do that? We've been conditioned to do that. We've been conditioned to work a certain amount of time. I can't tell you how many people I know who, back in the day when they retired, they got a watch. You know, IBM was one of those companies. They gave you a watch and patted you on your head and sent you on your way, even though you worked tireless hours for them. Now I don't even think you get a watch. So I don't even know what they get. But where is the opportunity for you to live in your heart and attract better things for yourself? Where's the opportunity in you to make a change that brings you joy and harmony? Why do we allow ourselves to feel trapped and attached to people and their stories and the dynamic? It's almost like a drug sometimes when we are just used to people and there's a toxicity to it, but we keep going back for more. I sit across from individuals and they talk about their relationships, and I'm like, okay, are you ready for a change? Well, no, because I love him. I'm like, all right, what do you love about him? Because from the 10 things you just listed, that doesn't sound like those are great qualities. So could you please name a few that you love? And then, well, he doesn't really mean it. Well, if he loved you and he didn't really mean it, he wouldn't do it. So why are we taking back someone who's been cheating on us again and again? Why are we in a place that we're showing up at family dinners that belittle us? They make us feel like we're not wanted. Why are we going through these facades and these plays of phoniness that are not your true self? And by the way, as you begin to adapt who you are to accommodate others, you begin to modify and adjust your frequency to be low like theirs. And I'm not making a judgment statement. I know that everyone is exactly where they are for a reason, and we all have opportunities to grow, and no one's really above or better than anyone else. We all have a journey. But when you look at someone else and you're not comfortable with them and you don't want to be with them, then why are you there? Why are you showing up? Now, some is respect. I know when your grandparents say, come over, maybe we show up. That's an obligatory experience that we want to show respect. Maybe we don't necessarily enjoy going over there, but we do that. But you don't have to be phony. You can find something good about the experience and enjoy that aspect, and you don't have to stay long, and you most certainly don't have to play the game. You're robbing yourself of your own inner purpose and truth and journey. And when people put you in the position to rob yourself, for you to deny yourself of your truth and your purpose and your journey and your heartfelt sentiments, then you need to go. You need to step away from people who are not holding the light for you. If they are not trusting in you and you trusting in them, then where are we in the journey? If you don't feel that your workplace has a spot for you, then why are we not asking the universe, what else is possible for me? Nowhere did I say quit your job. I said, ask the universe what else is possible for me. And don't allow your mind to say, well, I don't know how I'm going to make a change anyhow, so I don't even know why I'm asking the universe. What, is Jesus going to just beam down and make a change for me? Well, you never know. Someone could come in your path that offers you the opportunity of a lifetime. What if I didn't talk to that very weird man in the computer store who then became my spiritual teacher because I decided to judge the fact that he was acting kind of weird and didn't seem like something I was familiar to, and it wasn't attached, it wasn't similar to the life I had built for myself, my little corporate job with my high heels and my I'm going to conquer the next deal, whatever I had created for myself, which, by the way, is all a conditioned experience in the world. But I didn't know that at the time. I didn't know that the accomplishments I had were being determined by someone else determining my worth. And therefore, I couldn't be anything other than what I was expected to be in that journey. Now, when we work for someone else, yes, we do have to perform. We do have to meet their criteria. There is a job description. I'm not saying we're all going to go rogue at our workplaces, but we need to ask ourselves, what is there for me at the end of this story? And does it validate who I am as a human being? And does it fuel my soul? And am I doing it because I'm aligning myself to greater experiences and knowing that this is an activity that this too shall pass, but it's a stepping stone to my greatness? Or am I holding on to something I don't like or I don't want to be a part of, or people that are not healthy for me because it's all I know and I don't want to be alone and I don't want to not have friends? and I can't journey by myself and explore the new possibilities because I'm afraid. What are you holding on to? It's time for you to let go of the things that no longer serve you and not allow yourself to be attached to unhealthy experiences. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and we're going to open up our phone lines. And we welcome your calls at 866-972-7247. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. That's me, Sarah Spiritual. And you hear us every Wednesday night from 6:30 to 9 p.m. answering your questions live on the phone, as well as on Facebook and YouTube. We look forward to visiting our Facebook friends when we come back and answering your calls. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Upon me, and there's a light.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Oh, hi, neighbor.
So today's your big move.
Yes, and I'm really nervous. Last time my movers never showed up.
But didn't you hire 2 men and a truck?
Yes, this time.
Then you can relax. 2 men and a truck moved our home. They moved my business. They were great. They helped us pack and gave us free box delivery.
Look, here they are.
Right on time. There, 2 men and a truck. Find them at 2menpalmbeach.com and 2mentreasurecoast.com.
Join us for Moments of Scripture, hosted by Jan Coleman every Sunday morning from 6 to 6:30 a.m. We will read the Bible, pray, and offer blessings to all who listen in the name of our Lord and Savior. Moments of Scripture every Sunday at 6 a.m.
WWNN Pompano Beach, WIRK HD3 Indiantown. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Broadcasting from the Robes Studio. Injured recently? Call the Robes Law Group, where winning is a habit. 561-570-5700. 561-570-5700. Robes, winning for you and our community. Your home for the true oldies channel.
Paid actor portrayal.
I didn't see it coming. Life can be so unpredictable. After losing my dad, it made me think about my family if something were to happen to me. The mortgage, car payments, and all the other bills. Even things like our annual summer vacation would be out of reach. I had heard about life insurance through Ethos and how easy it was to get coverage. They were right. I knew it was time to stop putting it off and get life insurance right now. I got on my computer and went to ethoslife.com. In just 10 minutes, I was covered. And boom, family protected. Thanks to Ethos, my family won't have to worry about the bills if the unpredictable happens to me.
Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's GETETHOS.com.
From local town councils to Capitol Hill, agents who are realtors are standing up for what's right. We're here protecting property rights. Here advocating for the issues that affect our neighborhoods. Here championing fair and equitable housing for all. Because we are realtors, bound by a code of ethics, driven to serve our communities. We're here for it all. Here for you. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Now you can rediscover paradise with Margaritaville at Sea, the only cruise line offering sailings from the Port of Palm Beach to Grand Bahama Island. Relish a cheeseburger in paradise at the Open Air Burger Bar. Relax your senses at the Saint Somewhere Spa, or revitalize the night with live musical performances and refreshing Caribbean breezes. From pickleball to piano bar and everything in between. Come see for yourself why guests are loving the newly refreshed Margaritaville at Sea paradise. Go to margaritavillatSea.com to learn more and get a great deal on your next Bahamas cruise.
Hi, this is Keith Singer of Singer Wealth. If you own a retirement account, not only do you need to make smart investment choices, you need to make smart tax choices as well. The IRS is waiting to collect a part of that account, and you can minimize what they get, but you have to use the right strategies. To learn about these strategies to reduce taxes on your IRA account, text the word tax report to 474747. Text the word tax report to 474747 so you and your family can keep as much of your IRA as possible.
$10 says your local Staples now accepts Amazon returns. $10 says you can make those returns at Staples 7 days a week. $10 says you'll get in and out fast and easy. $10 says when you make an Amazon return at Staples, you'll get $10 off your Staples purchase of $30 or more. $10 says it's pretty cool to get $10 to spend on something you want just for returning something you don't. $10 says Staples will be your new favorite place for Amazon returns. $10 says you knew I was going to say $10 says. Offer good in store only. Exclusions apply.
For real, take your business, any business, to the next level by joining us at the Global Awaken Trinity Summit VIP Gala and Yacht Mastermind. 4 days of opportunities and inside info. Over 25 celebrity speakers will cover it all, from marketing tool secrets to the best ways to make true connections. Registration starts at 9 sharp each day, February 29th through March 3rd in Miami, Florida. For tickets, call now, 404-992-3971, or visit online at globalawakenedevents.com.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
This show is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guests alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome back to the next 2 hours of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussions to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all experience and knowledge. We have another 2 hours to listen and call in 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can share the love and light.
There's a land that brightens up my day. There's a light leading the way. Oh, there's a light. There's a light. There's a light that opens doors for everyone. Oh, there's a light that touches hearts. There's a light to open everyone to love. Love may hold the answer we are looking for. Love may open up another door of light. Oh, there's a light. Oh, there's a light. Open up in everyone. Can you feel it? There's a light to change the world. Won't you be a part of the light? Oh, love, it is the answer now, and we can see love
Yes,
There's
indeed.
a
There's a
light.
light right here in VCMG on the oldie station 95.3, 95.9, 96.9, 106.9, 1470 AM, and 103.1 HD3. We are so glad to be joining all of you across the nation. We're going to be answering your calls at 866-972-7247. And of course, we're going to visit our friends on Facebook. So put your questions on the feed and be share the light, share the love, share the page. We will be getting to you in just a minute, but we're going to go to the phone lines. And I've got Marie, and Marie is in Miami. And we're going to take Marie's call now. Marie, how are you tonight?
I'm well. How are you, Sarah?
Good, Marie. And if you could speak up a bit for me, please. You sound just so down in the dumps,
Hold
Marie.
on. Okay. Can you hear me better now?
I hear you a little bit better.
Okay. I have a question. My husband and I haven't been seeing like eye to eye the past couple of weeks now.
And what
And I
is
just
his
want to see, do you see
what is his birthday?
his date of birth is 12/13/83. He's been a little standoffish.
But you both are feeling a little trapped. Is that true? Trapped in a situation, a housing situation? Are we not like on our own and doing what we want? Are we
Yes.
not in our own place yet? Is this part of the story here?
Well, that is part of the story, but I don't know. It's just lack of communication, and he feel like I speak to him as if he's a child, and I don't know. He don't like anyone telling him what to do, and then it just causes a lot of arguments and misunderstandings between him and I.
Well, don't tell him what to do. And hear what I'm about to say. You've become attached to how the conversation is going, and you're struggling with creating a new dynamic of conversation because he says this and you react in a particular way. So when you would normally say, could you do this, or would you handle this for me, or whatever you're saying that he's like, don't tell me what to do, don't ask him that. And Do not create the conflict. And I'm going to tell you that a lot of couples went through quite a bit these past couple of months. So you're not alone with a lot of miscommunications, misunderstandings. He's a very stubborn man. That's in his DNA. That's who he is. That's his soul journey here, to break down his resistance and surrender his heart to love. Neither one of you are where you want to be on your jobs, on your personal living situation, with your family. So you're both feeling stuck and frustrated. And now it's like, do you live with his family, his mother, his father? Who do you live with?
Yeah, he's at his mom's, and right now, the kids and I are at a hotel.
He doesn't want another mother, right? But he's living with his mother, and the two of you are out of sync. So let
It's
him.
not like that, though, sir. I don't tell him what to do as far as like I'm trying to be his mom. I'm trying to like help him understand some things
But
where
sweetheart,
I think his mindset
I
is really
hear
not
you, but
there.
I'm telling you how he interprets it. You can tell me it's not like that, but he doesn't want to be told what to do, and he's not asking your opinion. You're telling him how to do things or what would best benefit him, and he's not responding well to that. So let him trip and fall.
No.
Let him figure it out. Don't tell him how it really could be or should be. He's not responsive to that. And you're looking for some new opportunity financially, Marie, because I do see a new opportunity coming to you.
Not quite, not really. I feel like I make pretty good money where I'm at.
Well, I see an opportunity coming to you. So I didn't say you were changing, leaving, but I see a new opportunity coming to you. Is there a promotion, room to grow, extra money? This is what I see. A bonus, something coming towards the end of the year. That's how I see it. So be open to that. And you're looking for a place to live at this time?
Yeah, no luck with that because I need, the money for first, last, and security. Everything is so expensive here in Miami.
Yeah. It'll come together. It'll come together. But he's not being successful in his work as well. Is that also true?
No, he's not.
Yeah. He's not able to pull his weight, so to speak.
At all.
Yes. And so
And
this
it's like
is
I'm being pushed away.
correct.
And I don't know. We just haven't been like speaking, and I just don't know where our relationship stand at this point because we're separated.
You will know by February of next year if you're going to stay together or not. That's what Spirit says.
Okay.
So at this moment, since everything's on you, what does that tell you, Marie? Marie takes care of Marie and figures out a way that she and the children can have a better opportunity for themselves. All right, Marie, for this minute, I've got to go. We're going to send the angels around you so that some wonderful opportunity opens up for a place to live. And we're going to ask that Archangel Michael give you protection so that your words are heard clearly and with truth and kindness, and that we won't have such a combative atmosphere between you and your husband. We thank you so much for your call, Marie.
Okay.
Thank you for listening to the show. I know you listen regularly, and we appreciate you and your following the show. Bye for now. 866-972-7247. We're going to go to Jackie, and Jackie is in Missouri. Missouri. Hello, Jackie. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing well, Jackie. Good to make this connection with you. Time for expansion, time for growth. What is your question for us tonight?
Did I make the right decision about my sister?
Sister's birthday, please.
November 3rd, 1966.
And I am hearing from my guides, yes, We did make the right decision with your sister. There's a little hesitation, a little guilt. We feel badly over something, please.
Yeah, things got really crazy with the relationship, and I
You
just said,
had to do what you had to
"Don't
do to
talk to me."
protect your energy. You did.
Okay, good.
You did.
Okay, great.
And
Thank
it feeds perfectly in with what I was saying in the beginning. Sometimes we have to detach ourselves. We can no longer continue to be attached to unhealthy environments, unhealthy conversations. It is not a good fit for you. You're no longer a vibrational match. And this is your year to expand your consciousness and awareness. This is a year of transformation and growth for you. So I strongly suggest that you focus on you and your own personal connection to the divine. You've grown so much spiritually, and healthy boundaries are a part of that. Even though it doesn't make you the most popular sister, it is most certainly the right thing for you to do.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
You're welcome, Jackie. You've called the show before, correct?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for following the show. We greatly appreciate it. We trust we've been of service to you tonight.
You have. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Oh,
Have a good night.
I hear them say, let it go, let it go. All right. Just let it go. All will be well. Bye for now, Jackie. We appreciate you. Bye.
Bye.
866-972-7247. We are opening up more phone lines. Would love to talk to you right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. We've been talking to all of you for over 14 years. Well, soon it'll be 14 and a half. Time is flying, but I've got to visit my friends on Facebook, and I'm going to ask, did you share the page? Did you like the page? Share the page, share the love, share the light, and visit Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. We're going to pull our Facebook questions, and let's see what we've got going on. We've got Iman. Iman says, Sarah, the offer on my home fell through, so I'm not sure if something equivalent will come along. So Iman, the offer fell through. The woman could not quite handle, I feel like she had to sell a property, get rid of a property in order to facilitate what she was supposed to do with you. I feel like something fell through on that, but I do feel like there is another offer coming for you. You're going to have to stay the route, stay the pace, and trust that. Now, when I look at where you are in this journey, I am seeing that this is the year that you close out the doors to the chapters of the past, which means we let go of the attachment of this house and we let it go and we move forward. Trust that another offer, another opportunity will come. We're feeling that as the month of September comes to a close, someone else is going to pop up and give you a new opportunity to have a new offer on the table. And I do feel it's going to be kind of close to what you already received. Thank you, Iman, for your Facebook question. We're going to pull another one from Facebook and YouTube. Let's see who we have here. We have Alexia. And tomorrow, my fiance arrives from Canada, from Italy. Will he adjust and find a job? And she gives me his information. I don't want you to worry, Alexia. I do feel that he will adjust. It's going to take a little bit of time, but I do see him finding a job. I do see him stepping into a new opportunity once he gets settled. Your birthday is going to be a happy one for you, so I feel that October is going to bring a lot of joy, a lot of celebration for you personally. It's definitely going to be a networking, connection, advancement type of year for yourself, and also setting you up for advancement financially in 2024. And for him, well, sometimes he's a little rough around the edges as far as he can't quite handle change. So it's going to take him a little bit of time. But when I look at where he is on this journey really tells me that it is a year of a new beginning, a fresh start. I really feel that 2022 into 2023 was a little challenging for him personally, and he's really ready for a new beginning. He'll take some time to release the attachment to that which he knew before, but he will make the change. Congratulations on him arriving. It's going to be a great reunion. Enjoy it, live in the moment, and all will be well. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to come right back to our phone lines at 866-972-7247, and we'll also be visiting our friends on YouTube and Facebook again, so be sure to load up those questions. We'll be right back.
Know me, do I know you? Have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? I am Sarah Spiritual, and you're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah right here on VCMG on the Oldie Station. And we are answering your questions all across the nation at 866-972-7247. And we are, do we know what show this is? What show number is this? We've got to see. I know someone will message me and let me know what show number we're at here. But we're going to go back to our phone lines at 866-972-7247. I always like to know what show we're at. And we've got to go to Kira. I think I'm saying that correctly. Kira in Jupiter. Kira, how are you today? Hi, Kira. In Jupiter, how are you? All right. We're going to pass that call here because apparently she's not hearing us. So we're going to go to Melissa in Houston. Melissa, how are you doing tonight?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good. Good to have you here with us tonight, Melissa. And Melissa, what is your question for us?
Yes, I was just going through some issues, I guess, with my boyfriend, and I'm just trying to find out if this is one of those things where I just need to let go.
What is his birthday?
118.
And when we look at issues, we're going to say that since around July, things have been falling a little bit apart. Is that true? The communication seems a little off. He seems a little disconnected and
Yes.
distant. Is that true?
Not in July. It really just kind of recently started happening, and then
Then I will say that you
That's
noticed,
correct.
but according to my guides, in July was when something kind of came between the two of you. That's how I see the energy. And when I look at him, he's ready to make some changes in his personal life having to do with his work and his money. There's something he needs to rectify for himself. Did he tell you that he's looking to advance himself at this time?
I know his job has been causing
Stressful.
a lot of issues that we are having.
Yes.
Right. They've been working a lot of hours, and that's the main reason for everything going on.
Yes.
I know in the past that's something he had mentioned, but lately, usually it bothers him, and he makes more of a stink about it than he has here lately. So it's just
Because it's
odd
eaten,
that his
away.
behavior-
It's eaten away at him. He's dissatisfied with his work life. Needs to make a change, and until he makes that change, he's not going to feel like he's living his purpose and finding his joy and working in the energy of what he would like to create. Now, for you, my dear, it is an opportunity for you to, from your birthday on, to really focus on you and your circle of friends and the connections that you make. It's an important time for you. Do I see this relationship as off and like over? That answer is no, I do not. I feel like he just needs, I'm going to call it a timeout. And I don't mean you guys need to go on a break. I just mean he just needs some room to breathe. And I want you to focus on
Right.
you in that time. So he has to recalculate himself. He tends to overthink things. He tends to be very much in his head. He likes things to be a particular way, predictable. He's security minded. These things are not being met within him. So it makes it difficult for him. And for him, he's feeling like the walls are closing in on him. And so I say to you, give him the space that he needs in this time. And if you decide that he cannot give you what you want, you decide. Then you decide you don't want to be attached to something waiting for it to change. But give him some time in this process, and then you can decide if you choose to let this go. This relationship has been a solid relationship. It has been one that has been fulfilled and communicative. It's just right now you see him shut down and you're not understanding why. And your mind is going in a bunch of different directions like, could there be someone else? What is going on? Why is he not as attentive? These are the things that are making you wonder. It's what's going on with him. Do not take it personally at this time. But what you can do in this moment is look at, does he have the attributes of someone I would love to spend my life with, or am I attached to the idea of who I think he is, and now I'm seeing a side of him in his personality that is not comfortable for me. It's not something that I would enjoy. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, absolutely.
It is a time for reflection for you, and I do hope you have big plans for your birthday. Do we have a party planned or anything?
No, I don't.
Well, let's make some big plans for your birthday. It's an important
11.
birthday for you. And I'm not talking about
Yeah.
age. I'm not talking about the year. I'm talking about energetically. It is an important year for you to be in this networking, friends, family, community, and attracting all good things into your life. That's what it's here for you. It's meant to bring you that. All right, Melissa? We
Okay.
thank you so much for your call today.
Well, thank you. I appreciate your time.
You're welcome. God bless you. Thanks for calling. Bye for now. 866-972-7247. We're continuing to answer your calls on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. And we want to go ahead and we want to see if Angie is available. Miss Angie in Naples, how are you, Angie?
I'm doing good, Sarah. How are you doing?
Good. I wasn't too far from you last weekend. I was over in Marco Island.
I
kinda
thought
close
that
to
when
you.
we saw the pictures. My sister and I were talking about that.
You're like, Sarah, she's almost here.
Yeah, I was like, we got to find her.
Find me. I know. That's why I don't have a tracker on me, because goodness gracious.
I
But,
know.
I was undercover. I was like, I am going to the beach and I am going to not answer my phone. So that was a good
I
little
don't blame
break.
you.
But I'm answering the phone tonight, and we are connected to you, Angie. And what is your burning question for us this evening?
So I met somebody I started a friendship with, and on our first time talking, he literally finished a vision that I've had for a couple of years now that I've never shared with anybody, and I just want to see if you can pick up on anything.
What is his birthday, please?
January 30th, 1972.
Okay, here's someone who is naturally intuitive on his own. He is eclectic, right? There's something interesting about him. He's not like everybody else you've ever met. Correct?
Correct.
And I also feel that there's a feeling that the two of you have known each other. You know the song that we play in the show? Do you know me? Do I know you? I think we met before. That's the feeling in the dream state that I see, that you almost know like you know each other, correct?
Yes.
He is quick to feel and respond, but he has to let himself settle into the energy. So, baby steps in this experience, because he feels things and we don't want it to get too intense for him before he's acclimated that very busy mind of his. Very busy, very busy. But I feel like this is a really nice fit for the two of you, and that you've met at the perfect time and the perfect juncture of both of your lives, because you're both in a state of, there's some stability in both of your lives, but there is some possible transitions around both of you. And so I feel like this is a good time for the two of you to connect. Maybe we'll make transitions together. Does that make sense to you, Angie?
Yes, definitely. We've already talked about that kind of stuff, and then he got a little distant. Then he came back around, and now he's distant again.
Right. So back off all of those conversations. Remember, he can freak himself out.
Oh, yeah, I felt that. I could
All
feel
right.
it.
So let's not be so, ooh, this is something, this is amazing, this is a connection, do you feel it? Just be like, listen, let's just live in this moment of now. It is way too soon for the two of you to be talking about what I see in the energy, because his mind can't contemplate that and in practicality have it make sense to him. So therefore, even though his heart and soul may feel it, he doesn't know what to do with that. And he is a little bit aloof, and he can be a little skittish. A lot of boys are skittish, you know. So we, you know, you don't want people who are going to not be able to stand on their own 2 feet and say what they want. So I want you to trust that the universe is supporting you by answering your call of what you would love in a partner. But before we hang our hat and say he is the absolute one, notice what you've attracted, and perhaps there's an even better version of him out there. But you did attract a soulmate. But is he your person? Time will tell, because he's got to be able to pull his weight in the experience of the relationship. And he has not proven that to you yet. All right, my dear?
Exactly. Yep.
But he's got a good vibe, and he's definitely entertaining and fun and funny and intelligent, and I'm sure you have fabulous conversations. So if nothing else, we've met a really good connection. That is part
that's
of your
kind of
past
where
life.
I'm putting it.
And then I want you to live in the moment of now and embrace it. All right, Angie, thank you so much for your question and being a part of the show. And I really am thinking of going back to Marco Island sooner than later, so I'll try to make it be more of something where I get to see everybody that I know over on the west coast of Florida. Maybe we'll do an event there.
Okay, perfect. Well, we'll do lunch. Yeah.
Yes. Well,
Sounds
you
good.
never know what I'll be up to over there on the west coast. All right, my
We
dear.
saw the pictures. I said, I know where she's at.
Yes. You're like, I know that sunset. Yes. But thank you
Yeah.
so much. Thank you for following the show, and thank you for following me on Facebook. I greatly appreciate it. And
Thank you.
enjoy the moment. And if he's a little disconnected, let him be. You'll hear that song, "Working My Way Back to You, Girl." Just let him work his way back to you, okay? Let him flame his own
that's what I
fire of
did.
burning love and desire. All right. Thank you so much, Angie.
Yep.
Take care. Bye for now. Bye. We're going to continue taking our calls at 866-972-7247. I'm going to check and see if Kira is available in Jupiter. Not, I guess we'll have to clear the board with Kira if she's not there for us.
I'm here. I'm here.
You are there. We had called you before. We were all set to be like, oops, we missed you. Kira, how are you? Welcome to the show.
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well. Could you be kind enough to speak up a bit, please?
Yes, is that better?
It is a little better for me. Thank you so much. And how did you hear about the show, Kira?
I just a couple of months ago turned it on accident on the radio. Don't usually listen to radio, but I happened to find it. And then since
There
then,
are no
I've been
accidents,
curious
you
and-
know. There are no accidents.
No, correct. Yeah, yeah.
So, my dear, let's look at where we are now for this moment before we get into your question. So my guides make me feel that 2022 into 2023 was transition, maybe a little difficult times there in the energy, yes? We're going through a bit about a year and a half ago, yes?
Yes.
And we're just starting to pull ourselves out. I want you to know that you've got a new beginning, a fresh start. It's really time for you to look after you, Kira. It's time for you to honor self, honor your connection with spirit, and for you to trust your own intuition. It is a year of healthy boundaries and powerful energy of love for self, first and foremost. So you are coming out of what seems to have been a turbulent time. You're passing through it.
Yes.
So, my dear, what is your question for us?
I totally understand everything you're saying of coming out of that time. My question is, will I still be with a person?
Do we have a
Am I
birthday?
am I just coming through the time?
Do we have a birthday of that person?
January. Yes, it's January 14th, 86.
Squirrely little one, isn't he?
Very.
Not the easiest person. Hard to get to commit and stay on track with what they say. Although they would play themselves off as someone who's very secure-minded, but as far as saying this is definitely the plan, I feel like you've been feeling like you're being reeled in and then reeled out. And so that's kind of left you a little off balance. And Kira, it's kind of giving you this energy of not feeling good enough or worthy inside. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
And when I take you back, because I've got to go back, when you were 7 years old, was there challenge in the family structure? Were you feeling not good enough or worthy then, please?
Yes.
He's mirroring some energy that's familiar to your little girl who's hurt and wounded. And what's important for you is for you to trust that it's time for you to heal yourself. As I had said before we even got down this path of what this person will do. Now, this relationship has gone through its ups and downs, yes, and now you want to know if he's going to be all in or all out. Is that true? You know he has.
I believe he's all in.
Okay. He has a lot on his plate, yes, and there's a lot he has to put together for himself. There's a success, a plan, something that he wants to implement. How others perceive him and his personal success is totally important to him. I will tell you that when I take him into, this year's bringing him balance, when I take him into next year, he's ready for commitment and union and connection, and his mind is in a different place. Are you willing to give him that time to get these things put together?
Yes.
Okay. But remember, do not do it at the expense of you're not feeling fulfilled and nurtured in this relationship. You have done that before in the past, have you not?
Yes, I have.
Okay. So remember, it's okay for Kira to come first.
Okay.
There
Thank
is talk of the two of you going away for a trip somewhere, please, because I see a trip.
I would like that, yes.
Okay. I see a trip around you. So let's see what you can pull off. That's what the two of you require. A getaway, a reset. This will be very easy for the two of you to arrange if both of you have your heart in it.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for listening to the show. We welcome you to our Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. And be sure to follow us on Facebook and YouTube and catch us every Wednesday night. And we're here to answer your questions. Bye for now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye. 866-972-7247. We're going to pull a question from our friends in Facebook and YouTube. Let's see. I got to see what we've got on our screen here. Joshua Martin says, hey, Sarah. Gives me his birthday. Josh, you got to get out of your head. First thing they're telling me. And Josh, the question is, we've got the girlfriend, and he wants to know about the relationship and whether this relationship is something unique and different. If it has that stayability, that true connection. So let me look at your girlfriend for a minute. When I look at her energy, very interesting. She is truly in this energy of bringing out a lot of connections and communication. There's a very sweet, sensitive side to her. And there's an authenticity and a loyalty. And this appeals to you because you examine people, you evaluate them, and you're very specific about what you would like to see in someone. And loyalty and trustworthiness is something that is important to you. And this is something that she possesses. And there's a realness to her. And that allows you, Josh, to settle into your own self and be the true perception of who you are, projecting the energy of who you are so that you could let your guard down and your walls down. And so when I look at this relationship, I see that this is a really nice fit. There's a ability for you to lead and connect with her. And so this relationship is going to take you through these next few months, and I see a growing closer of the two of you. And as I see that energy, I see this kind of growing into the next year. And this begins a strong foundation for future. So I'm going to say, don't let this one go. And enjoy the experience. Live in the moment. There is a strong connection between the two of you. And this is something that is hard to find because it's very heart-centered. And it's something that's a visceral experience for you. It's not just I met someone and I think they like me and I like them. It's like I can feel it. And whenever you feel it, Josh, that's the one you go with. Thanks so much for your fabulous Facebook question. Let's go back to Facebook and YouTube and pull another question as we continue to get ready to answer questions at 866-972-7247. We've got Denise Marsh. Denise Marsh gives us her Facebook question. And she says, I'm not happy. Well, Denise, we need to do other things. We need to make a change. This is a time that we can make a shift and a change for ourselves, but you have to give yourself permission. Denise, you've become too attached to the experience as you interpret it needs to be. This is your interpretation. This is not your realization of who you really are. You are here on this earth to be of service and assist other people. You have fulfilled that contract in one way. It's time for you to branch out into another. You are worthy. You are good enough. You have a power within you to see the best in people. And when you can see the best in people, you can help facilitate their growth. And this has served you well in your past career. But I say past because it is time for change. And it is going to be something that opens you up into a new possibility in the end of next mid-year into the end of next year. So if you're looking to make a change in career, 2024 sets you free. And it's the time where you step into a new dynamic of yourself using all the skill sets that you have created for yourself. And it's time to heal the wounds of the past. You have put others before you. Now it's time to give yourself permission to be you. It is time for you to honor yourself and love yourself first. Now, when I look at this career, it is something different than what you're currently doing. It is something that's outside the box. And the stress is, how will I pay the bills? You're attached to the outcome of what you expect life to be because the current job you have has a lot of strings to it. If you stay here for a certain amount of years, this is what you get. You're tied to that conditioned belief. And I understand the need and desire for security. But give yourself permission to fantasize as to what it could be like to do something else. And keep showing the universe all that it could be. And then get ready to heal some wounds. I'd love to help you heal the wounds of the past so that you could find your truth and honor your soul and integrate the parts of you that are stuck, not quite feeling good enough and worthy, and brave enough to break the mold of what other people expect you to be. You've got a powerful light with you. Move forward with ease and grace. Thanks, Denise Marsh, for your Facebook question. We're going to take another question from Facebook and YouTube before we go back to our phone lines at 866-972-7247. We've got Chana Engelman, and she says, asking about my husband. Well, your husband, let me tell you, sometimes I think you don't know who you're living with because he can be a handful, that husband of yours. And Chana, I don't know what the exact question is that you're asking about your husband, but when I look at the two of you, you two are very strong in who you are, and sometimes there's a clash. But when I look at his relationship with himself, this is where I see that he's really ready for himself to break out of the mold and give himself permission to live life differently. I feel like there's an energy of stagnation. He's feeling stuck. He's not feeling powerful in who he is. And there's an energy that makes me feel like he's got to make a change that makes himself feel better. It has nothing to do with the relationship with you. It's what he needs to do for him. And for you, Chana, I see that you are this bright light that brings this gift of helping others and grounding others so that they can see themselves as the beauty that they are. You and your husband, through this time of maybe an imbalance in the relationship, will both find your way. You're entering into new chapters of the relationship and new chapters of the two of you individually and collectively. Thanks so much for your Facebook question. We're going to go back to our phone lines at 866-972-7247. And we're going to go to Kamini. And Kamini is in New York. Kamini, how are you tonight?
I'm good, Sarah. How are you?
I'm doing well. What is the burning question for us tonight, Kamini?
It's really easy. I just want to know if there's going to be like any type of relationship that's coming to me. Like, when do you see that happening?
Are you open? Are you ready? Because sometimes I feel like you're afraid, and so you're not really engaging the way that you could. Now, when I look at this energy, because I know that there's a lot of betrayal, you feel disappointed, you invested a lot of time, you became attached to a relationship that wasn't working, and you tried to hold on to the very bitter end. Is that true?
Yeah.
Well, new relationship comes, but it's not quite time yet for that. When I look at where you are, I really want to take you past your birthday. I really want to bring you into the month of January. I really want to move you into the month of February. And then I feel like, hey, this is the time for us to step into the energy of new beginnings and fresh starts. Not because it's a new year, but because the energy around you becomes conducive for relationship. Do some more work with self, Kamini. You are worthy of someone to love you. You can trust someone. You do need to believe that someone will be there for you and show up for you. You want to really prepare yourself to have a complete partnership of someone who can honor you for who you are and really love you in the way that you desire. It is possible, and it is coming, and it hasn't passed you by. You didn't miss it. Just be open and receive. All right, my dear?
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening to the show. Bye for now. We've got some things coming up at the Expedito Enlightenment Center. We've got Calvin Cates coming with the crystal healing bed, and this fabulous crystal healing bed helps align your chakras, heal your emotional energies, help heal you in the physical body. And he'll be there October, I believe, 6th and 7th. It's a Friday and Saturday. And this energy is all about him working with the energies from Casa Dom Ignacio in Brazil to channel that energy through these crystal portals, and that helps align your energy. If you'd like to learn more about this, go to expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com to learn more about the work of Calvin Cates. And we've got my apprentice program coming up. If you are ready to be on track for your spiritual journey and you want to transcend through all the energies that have been holding you back and really reach a high level of connectivity with spirit, with your guides, with your angels, if you'd like to know how to manage your energy and the energy around others, if you want to know that you're intuitively guided in everything that you do, this is the class for you. The Spiritual Apprentice Program, A Transcendence Journey, begins September 28th. To learn more about it, go to sarahspiritual.com. There you'll find all the details. And this 7-week program that is truly meant to transcend your life and place you on track for all the joy that you wish to bring forth. And we've got a special. If you go to Sarah Spiritual, we've got a special on our Spirit Guide and Angel session, as well as our Soul Integration session. So go to sarahspiritual.com, and there you'll learn about all the different spiritual sessions that I offer, whether it's talking to your angels and guides, healing your little girl or little boy inside and rescuing those orphans, or perhaps you just got questions about life. You want to know, where do I go from here? What's my next job opportunity? Will I have an ability to shift my financial picture? And when is love coming? We do those readings. That's a general reading. I would love to have an opportunity to connect with you. Again, go to sarahspiritual.com. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. And then when we come back, we're going to come back and answer your questions at 866-972-7247. We've got another hour of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, so don't go away. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
There's a light that shines down upon me, and there's a light that brightens up my day. There's a light leading the way. Oh, there's a light
tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-822-1388. 800-822-1388. 800-822-1388.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop, opt out.
Guys, got hair loss? I know what you're thinking. Should I shave my head? Comb it over? Wear a hat? Just stop. This isn't 1970. Keep your hair and your confidence, because Bosley, America's #1 hair restoration expert, can give you your real hair back permanently. Check them out today, because they're giving away an absolutely free information kit and a free gift card to anyone that texts STYLE to 200-300. Dude, you don't have to look like your dad, because this isn't your dad's hair loss treatment. People all over the country trust Bosley because they're ahead of the curve. They use the latest technology to give you your real hair back. And the best part? Bosley's permanent solution is protected by the Bosley Guarantee. Let Bosley show you for free how awesome your hair could look with an absolutely free information kit and a gift card for $250 off. Text STYLE to 200-300. That's STYLE to 200-300.
WWNN Pompano Beach, WIRK HD3 Indiantown. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Broadcasting from the Robes Studio. Injured recently? Call the Robes Law Group, where winning is a habit. 561-570-5700. 561-570-5700. Robes, winning for you and our community. Your home for the true oldies channel.
And now another community first message from Robes.
When an auto accident occurs, stop immediately. Do not obstruct traffic and secure your valuables. Obtain the names, phone numbers, and addresses of the other driver and any witnesses. Call 911 and report the accident. Injured recently? Contact Robes Injury Law at 561-570-5700 or robeslawgroup.com. Offices throughout Palm Beach County.
Hey, it's Scott Shannon here with a question. How would you like a free doorbell camera? You get a doorbell camera, you get a doorbell camera, and you get a doorbell camera. I wish we had them for everyone, but the first 40 true oldies channel listeners to call 833-283-5050 will get a free doorbell camera that connects directly to your cell phone with installation of your Sloman Shield. You can see your home right from the palm of your hand. And that's not all. Sloman's going to give you a free customized home security system and professional installation when you use their low-cost central station monitoring. So you're getting an LED touchscreen pad, a motion detector, 3-arm doors, and a backup battery. Plus, if you're one of the first 40 true oldies channel listeners to dial 833-283-5050, you'll receive a free doorbell camera with the installation of your Sloman Shield. So call Sloman's now for this limited time offer, 833-283-5050. That's 833-283-5050.
Hi, True Oldies listeners. Jupiter Joe here. Ask yourself, do I have a guaranteed retirement plan, or do I have a plan with no control of my money? Let me let you know how our retirement plans work. They are guaranteed never to lose money, guaranteed to earn interest, and protected from stock market losses. If you want your retirement plan to work like this, go to jupiterjoe.com or give me a call at 561-743-0999. Again, jupiterjoe.com or 561-743-0999.
Pregnancy can be an exciting time, but for many moms, it can mean feeling anxious, depressed, confused, or overwhelmed. Either during pregnancy or after having your baby, you may not quite feel like yourself. If you're experiencing these feelings, you are not alone, and mental health issues can be treated. Talk with your OB or connect with a mental health provider in your area by visiting flbhimpact.org. This message is supported by the Health Resources and Services Administration, the Florida Department of Health, the Florida Association of Broadcasters, and this station.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code CAR for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code CAR for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code CAR.
Paid actor portrayal.
I didn't see it coming. Life can be so unpredictable. After losing my dad, it made me think about my family if something were to happen to me. The mortgage, car payments, and all the other bills. Even things like our annual summer vacation would be out of reach. I had heard about life insurance through Ethos and how easy it was to get coverage. They were right. I knew it was time to stop putting it off and get life insurance right now. I got on my computer and went to ethoslife.com. In just 10 minutes, I was covered. And boom, family protected. Thanks to Ethos, my family won't have to worry about the bills if the unpredictable happens to me.
Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's GETETHOS.com.
And now another Community First message from Robes.
When an auto accident occurs, stop immediately. Do not obstruct traffic and secure your valuables. Obtain the names, phone numbers, and addresses of the other driver and any witnesses. Call 911 and report the accident. Injured recently? Contact Robes Injury Law at 561-570-5700 or robeslawgroup.com. Offices throughout Palm Beach County.
For real, take your business, any business, to the next level by joining us at the Global Awaken Trinity Summit. 4 days of opportunities and inside info you don't want to miss. As over 35 celebrity speakers will be live in person to teach you exactly how to make your business take off, grow, and thrive. From marketing tool secrets to the best ways to build relationships, partnerships, and make true connections. Founder Kessa Gooden is putting on this once-in-a-lifetime event, the Global Awaken Trinity Summit VIP Gala and Yacht Mastermind, February 29th through March 3rd, 2024 in Miami, Florida. Registration starts at 9 sharp each day. Bring your business partner, your team, your friends, anyone and everyone who wants real success. For tickets, call 404-992-3971. Tickets will not last, so call now. 404-992-3971. Or visit us online at globalawakenedevents.com, and we will see you there.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
This show is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guests alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome back to the next hour of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussion to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all experience and knowledge. We have another hour to listen and call in 866-9-SARAHs. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can share the love and light.
There's a light that shines down upon me, and there's a light that brightens up my day. There's a light leading the way. Oh, there's a light. There's a light, there's a light that opens doors for everyone. Oh, there's a light that touches hearts. There's a light to open everyone to love. Love may hold the answer we are looking for.
Yes, indeed. Love may hold the answer we've been looking for. And love will bring you an open door, opening the door to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, right here on VCMG on the oldie station. If you're cruising down the highway, we're on every Wednesday night from 6:30 to 9 p.m. And we're welcoming you and your phone calls at 866-972-7247. We've got some really cool things coming up at the center. Be sure to visit the expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. Every Tuesday through Saturday, we are there with fabulous gifts and crystals and oils and sprays. We've got quite an array of books, anything to help support your spiritual journey. Go to sarahspiritual.com and learn more about my work, learn more about my center, or go to expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. We are a fabulous metaphysical center located in West Palm Beach off of Okeechobee Boulevard. I'd love to see you there. Be sure to say you heard me on the show and say, hey, Sarah Spiritual. We look forward to seeing you there. We're going to go back to our phone lines at 866-972-7247. I am committed to answer as many questions as possible before we come to the close of our 697th live show. I can't believe it. I saw that number and I was like, oh my goodness, 697. We are approaching our 700th show. We've been on air for 14 plus years, coming up to 14 and a half. So I can't wait to see what we're going to pull off for our 700th show. You never know what we're going to do. I got to talk to my producer. I feel something coming up. But before we make any big plans, let's go back to our phone lines. I've got callers on hold, and I've got to go to Esther. Esther is in Dallas, Texas. Esther, how are you? Good to have you here with us.
Hi, Sarah. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Esther, is this your first time calling into the show?
Yes, it's my first time.
Wonderful. And Esther, just speak up for me a little bit, please.
Okay. Is that better?
It's a little better. Thank you so much. I don't know why things seem a little far away for me tonight on air. But Esther, when I look at where you are, this is really an important time for money. Are you looking at your money, counting your money, trying to say, what am I going to shift and change, and trying to set yourself up in a good way? It is a financial year for you. When I move you to your birthday, it's everything money for November to July of 2024. So are you looking to make some financial moves and looking at your money and any transitions that are financial at this time, please?
Yes, yes.
You're on track by thinking that. That is exactly what you need to be doing at this time. And Esther, what is your burning question? What has brought you here to the show with us tonight?
My burning question is, it just seems like everything I do, it's just wrong. It just seems like my whole world falling apart. I'm so disconnected, like I'm just scattered. So I'm just wondering if it's a transition I'm going through, which it feels like it's been 5 years. I'm just wondering, is it going to change? Energetically, I'm happy. I'm a happy going person, but then it just seems like everything is so wrong.
Right.
No relationship, nothing that.
Well, we're going to roll you back. I'm going to turn back time. And if I can turn back time, honey, I got to take us back. So my first stop on the past life bus of Esther, they want to take me back to 2017. 16 into 17, they land the stopper on 17, make me feel like this was a transitionary time. Then they spin it back to me again, and they take me back to 2008. Was 2008 a difficult year for you from what you recall?
Definitely.
Yes. And when I look at that energy around that time, I feel like since 2008, it's been 3 steps forward, step back. Cha-cha, cha-cha-cha. And then when we take you to 2017, I really feel like you hit a stalemate. And just everything just came to a halt in life. And you've been essentially existing and treading water, but we have not been able to bring forth the flow that you know is your blessing. And I know you have a strong connection to God. I see the energy around you of those angels, but I also see the presence of the Holy Spirit around you, Esther, yes?
Yeah? Oh. Well,
and the power
good.
of the Holy Spirit is there to transform you and bring you through this transformative time. You're going to step into soul, reason, and purpose, but you also have a guard up that doesn't allow everyone in because you're not so easy to fool, Miss Esther. And you have a good intuition, and you know when people are not quite being authentic. And you aren't here to take care of anyone. You want someone to be your equal vibrational match. And so it seems like people seem a bit more opportunistic than genuine to you. So you're kind of got your guard up. But when it comes to love, I do tell you that love is something that is important in this story for you. What were you going to say, Esther?
I said, you're so on point. That is so true.
And I see that love comes for you. But I don't feel like you're in the place or doing the things necessary to meet someone. And when I say that to you, I say we've got to step out of our comfort zone. You've become complacent. You do what you have to do, and that's it. And we're not really being adventurous. I want you to step out and do things differently. I want you to look at your birthday as a time to really step up into how can I create a new tribe, a new community, a new sense of friends and family. This is something important because even when I look at family, I still feel like there's resistance. It's you're not getting the support and the connection that you really deserve. Does that make sense to you?
Absolutely.
And when I look, Esther, I'm going to ask it as a question, but it's like Spirit is telling me something like, is there a family disagreement or divide over something having to do with something in family that's maybe connected to a property or something having to do with a parent who has passed, please?
Yes.
This has also divided the family, true?
Yes.
And is there property in another country like Jamaica or something, please?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Is there a little quibble going on over that property in Jamaica?
Kind of, but it's mostly what's going on is with my deceased brother's children in the UK.
Well, but there you go. I see a quibble. I see it over somebody in families divide. Thank you for that clarification for me. I just don't like the vibe because they're being petty, selfish, controlling, manipulative, sneaky. Oh, those are powerful words, Spirit. Please, please.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. But I'll tell you what. They will pick and fight amongst themselves, and that is not what your brother's wishes are.
No.
And your brother was very specific in how he wanted things handled, and they're disregarding his wishes. Your brother was a strong person, correct? And he was a man of character, okay? And integrity.
Yes.
And his children are not demonstrating that. Your brother is, in his energy, connected to you as well. And his energy gives me this feeling that almost like, were we not there the day he passed, please? Because he makes me feel like he didn't get to say goodbye to you. So I don't know if he couldn't speak or he never got to see you. But he says he didn't get to say goodbye. Does that make sense to you, Esther?
He didn't because the hospital let him aspirate and die. I spoke to him the day before. And I tried wasn't to have him talk too much because he was in a coma induced for 8 days. And when I tried to speak to him, he said to me, I said, how are you feeling? He said, not bad. But he said, I've been to so many planets and I decided to come back. And I said, okay. But he was gasping like, sister, I've been to, and I said, all right. I said, take it easy and we'll talk tomorrow. And tomorrow we never spoke.
Tomorrow never came because he tells me he didn't get to say goodbye. That's your evidence and your proof that he is with you. Because he's with us right now in this conversation, all right? And he transmits that energy to me so that I am aware of that. So I want you to know this, Esther, that through the power and the grace that is the God that you serve, and the power and the grace of the Holy Spirit, the power and the grace of the angels that are around you, your life is going to shift and change. I feel like we need to make a financial adjustment having to do with our own work. I don't know that we're in the right fit. Do you do something that assists others in something with their health or something, please?
All my life, for 25 years.
Okay. Perfect. But I feel like we may not be in the right place for you to get recognized and paid properly. So it's for you to give thought and consideration as to what changes you can make from your birthday to July of next year as I recap what I said in the beginning, and then we will land ourselves a new job. All right? You are a healer. You're very good at what you do. You are in the right place for your profession. It's just you're not in the right location to practice your gift and be compensated properly. But pray and the doors will open. Pray and some change will come for you. All right. Esther, I hope that I've given you...
That is why...
Go ahead.
That is why I entered the world of insurance, but nothing seems to be happening for me there.
Not yet. You've got to build. You've got to build clientele. You've got to connect with people. You've got to build your book of business, right? So that takes time. But this is the year for you to invest in a new career and or new ways of generating money, right? Something about you doesn't allow me to see you letting go of this profession of helping others. Perhaps a different aspect of it. I know it's tiring, but I feel that you still need to help more people, but you also need to be able to help yourself. And you will get yourself there, Esther. It is very possible for that to happen. We need to just keep keeping on.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. My pleasure. Thank you so much for calling. It is great to connect with you, and thank you for following the show, and welcome to our show. Bye for now.
Take care. God bless. Thank you.
God bless you. 866-972-7247. We got to go to Fort Lauderdale. Yes, indeed, we've got to go to Fort Lauderdale. We've got Cecilia. You're breaking my heart.
You're breaking my heart.
There you go, Cecilia. How are you? Good to have you here. Thank you so much for your call.
Good to listen to you. I love your voice. I love how you sing. Are you a singer? Besides being a psychic?
I am a trained singer.
I could tell.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know
Miss
what?
Cecilia,
Your voice reminds me of Bette Miller.
Well, we've done a lot of imitations of a lot of different famous people, so we can sound like just about anybody you want. You want Barbara Streisand? Father had a business, strictly second hands, everything from toothpicks to a baby crayons. We've done it all. But tonight is your night. It is your time. It is your ability to connect to spirit. And how may I assist you?
I'm in a new relationship. I've been with him for 3 months, and I just want to know if he's a good person for me and if this is the right fit.
Yes, I spy with my Sarah spiritual eye. Let's see what stories we've got brewing here. So first, let me take a look at where you are in the journey of your life. It is a time that approaches in 2024. It is a time for you to expand your consciousness. You've been creating more awareness, more self-care, more connection with the divine. You are kind, compassionate, and you're stepping further into that authenticity. It is a time to expand some things for your work as well. So if you're looking to advance, promote, there could be opportunities coming for you in the 2024 time. That there's a window of opportunity for you. So be on the lookout for that. What is the birthday of the gentleman that you're asking about?
It's November 25, 1977.
Lordy, 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 and Lordy. Okay. Yes, a very good person, but an intricate person, yes? Many layers
what does
to
that
his
word exactly
intricate
mean?
personality,
Yeah, many
a lot of
layers.
layers to his personality. It's like, okay, who are we seeing today? Ooh, this is interesting. Right? Very good person. Really wants to make a change for himself in this juncture of his life. And where I see him is really tuning into the aspects that need adjustment to make changes. So he's trying to tune into that. I feel like there's an independence to him. There's a little bit of a stubbornness that you're watching. Yes, you're seeing evidence of that, and you're kind of, because you like to kind of play it kind of peaceful, kind of easy. You're strong-willed, and you're very direct, and you're very organized, and you're the person to go to get things done.
Yes.
And you're just looking to see if he has his ability to stand on his own 2 feet and really not require you to mother and take care of him. So, because you've been down that road before. Is that true? That's just what I see. Yes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, my goodness. I hear in my head, nobody knows the troubles I've seen. Yes, indeed, right? It hasn't been an easy ride. So know this. Good person, set in their ways, but as they open up more and more, because I don't feel like they've communicated enough about themselves yet, they're kind of taking it slow. There's a sense of freedom. They don't want to feel locked down. When I look back in their relationship story, I don't know what you know about them, but 2016 seems to have been a difficult time for them. I don't know if they're phasing out of a relationship, a marriage, something.
A marriage.
A marriage. Okay. Thank you for that confirmation. So when I see that, I say, you know what? He doesn't want to get snagged and stuck, right? So he's just being cautious. But I don't see it being incorrect for you to desire to spend time with him. He's funny. He's kind. He's a man of integrity. So this is someone that I want you to continue to just live in the moment with. I will tell you that next year, in both of your lives, you are both getting ready for a emotional and spiritual up-leveling. I know you'll be like, well, what does that mean, Sarah, spiritual? And what I will say to you is that there's a realization of what's really important here on earth and what's not. You've been having some of those moments of, God, I shouldn't put the emphasis on this. What's really important in life is this. And that's really about stepping into your true purpose, understanding the meaning of your soul and what is the meaning of life. And this is what you're going to be pushed more and more. And if he's not a vibrational match for that, then you may not want to be with him, because you need someone who has a purpose. And the more you become aware of purpose, and if they're just caught in the trap of the paradigm of this physical world that we live in, the conditioned human experience, you may find that could be a little boring and restrictive for you, right? Even though he's the free spirit, you may be feeling kind of bored with that. So these are the things we're going to see. Where is he in his evolutionary stage? Because you will have a lot of spiritual and emotional growth now through 2024. And so we'll see if he can be a match to that. So it's not, does he like you or does he choose you? It's going to be, do you really choose him, honey? Okay?
Yeah. I'm asking that same question to myself. Okay.
Yes,
but he's not a toxic bad person, right? That's what I wanted to know.
No, he's not a toxic person. He, like everyone else, you, me, and everyone, we all have our wounds, do we not? And we've all had experiences that made our question ourselves and maybe not feel good enough or worthy, or question, the just choices we've made. So we've all had those moments. And so it's what he does with those moments, and whether he allows those moments to deter him from moving forward and having a healthy relationship. That's what you're learning about him. And we cannot learn that in 3 months. It takes time. That's why most things really kind of, take 6 to 9 months to really get to have a sense of what's going on in the relationship. And, do you really know someone? That takes a long time. But for you to know if it's worthwhile to continue investing, I would say, ride it out through the year, unless there's a red flag that goes completely against your purpose and what you want your life to be. Just let him show you who he is and live in the moment and enjoy his company, because I see that the two of you do really well with your company together.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
So,
all right.
Cecilia,
well, that was awesome. Thank you so much,
You're
Sarah.
welcome. How did you hear
tell me.
How did you hear about the show?
I always turn on the radio and I listen to you because I love how you talk and how insightful you are. So it's always through the radio station.
Well, thank you. Thank you for listening on the radio. Thank you for taking the time to call in. We appreciate that as well. And just have fun. Girls just want to have fun. So have
fun. I will.
All right. Thank you so much, Cecilia. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to continue to answer questions on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah right here on VCMG, the oldie station, here every Wednesday night, 6:30 to 9 p.m. And we still have time on the show, so if you haven't picked up the phone and joined us, 866-972-7247. Stay with us, everyone. We'll be right back.
I know you, have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me?
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Did you call me with your soul? Because you know that you know me. Every soul has its story, like a movie playing in a different theater.
Characters, they change just like water into wine, and everything begins just lined up in time. We're going to go back to our phone lines at 866-972-7247. And thank you everyone on Facebook and YouTube. I hope we've got some questions there. We'll be going there in a few minutes, but I've got to go to Pam. And Pam is in Fort Lauderdale. Pam, how are you tonight?
I am well. Good evening.
Good evening, Pam. And is this your first time calling into the show with us?
Yes, this is my first time, yes.
Well, good to have you here. And how did you hear about us?
On the radio. I was listening this morning. I was going to work. I happened to stumble across the oldest station. And when I was coming from work, I heard you on the radio station.
Yeah, look, fancy that. Every Wednesday night, I just talk. So welcome to our show. Glad to have you here, Pam. I feel like you were led to be here. And this is a time for you. You've been going through your share of shifts and changes personally. Is that also true?
Yes.
Last year into this year seems like it was a little sluggish, a little heavy, the energy, and you're really ready to come out and really have things feel a little lighter and easier for you as well. And I feel like work has got a heaviness to it. Are we feeling a little overworked or worried about work, please? Because there's a heavy energy around your work life.
Yes.
So what is the question for us, Pam?
I've been going through a lot, just a lot of negative energy. Like, each time it's like something negative happening to me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure if something attached to me or
Great question.
I'm in a relationship. I'm in a relationship with this guy for a year now.
And it's out of sync. Things are not lining up. You're not sleeping well at night personally. People are not reacting to you the way that you would like them to. Things are just not lining up perfectly. And when I take you back, I know last year was a little rough around the edges as well, coming into 2023. But I want to go back in time, and I really want to say where I see things started to shift and become a little more obvious and a little more separate. And they take me to the month of June. Did we begin having more problems and difficulties in that time, month of June, please?
Yes.
And I'm feeling like, and it's something I don't like to say, but I'm feeling like there seems to be a lot of, I hate this word, jealousy, people not wishing you well. I feel like there are people who are looking at you, wanting to be you, but jealous that you are you, and looking at you and saying, why not me? And you're looking at them saying in your head, like, I don't have it any easier than anybody else. But what you have to understand, Pam, is that there's a light with you. And you have a very strong spiritual connection. And you see your energy at night. You remember your dreams, because that's when your spirit guides are working with you in the dream state. Do you get visions in your dreams at night, please, Pam?
Yes, I do.
Yes, and that's carried from your female side of your family, your mother's side of the family. That I place with your grandmother, your mother's mother who has passed, yes?
Yes.
Now, there's an energy of, what island are you from? Where is your family from?
Jamaica.
There you go. I feel that Jamaican me crazy, honey, right? I feel that energy of the islands with you. I couldn't place the island, but I feel like there's been, over time in the history of your life, and I'm going to go back in time if I may. I have to go back for you, and I take us back. My guides take me back to 2013. Was there a divide or an ending of something at that time with you in a personal matter, please?
Yeah. Yes.
Was there a separation or something in a relationship that was difficult at that time for you, please?
Yes.
Okay. I don't feel like relationship-wise you've really bounced back since then. Even though I hear what you say, there's someone you've been with for a year. I heard that story. But I don't feel like...
I have.
Go ahead.
I've not. It's the first time I've been in a relationship since then.
Well, honey, why do you think we're going back to 2013, honey? Because that's when the trouble began. And that's what's still been weighing you down and attached to you. So one of the things that I do that I don't get to talk about much is I teach people how to keep their energy clear. And at my center in West Palm Beach and also online at sarahspiritual.com, you'll see I have different things to cleanse your energy. It's time for you to clear your energy. It's time for you to call in the angels, Archangel Michael, right? I have on my website, on my page that's labeled baths, if you go to the second page, I really should put it front and center the way things are on the planet right about now. I have something called a custom bath where we clear your energy and we make something based on that. You know, you need a good fresh start here. Just the way I see your sleep interrupted time and time and time again. I feel like you've got brain fog at times. That's not you. That's not who you are. And I feel, again, like people are not relating to you the same way. What is the birthday? What is the birthday of what is the birthday of the person you're dating? Yes.
9/16/1962.
Oh, a peculiar kind of guy, is he?
Yeah.
You sure know how to pick him, don't you? Okay. But he's not a bad guy. I'm not just saying he's a little peculiar.
Not.
And it takes some getting used to. And you're learning to kind of go with the flow with this, yes? But some of the things that he gets caught up on, you're like, what is he worrying about that for, right? And you're like just trying to move forward in the relationship. And but he's very quick to know what he thinks and feel what he thinks. And he's very specific in what he wants things to, how he wants things to be. So we have someone who is solid. He can be a little selfish, a little caught up in what's going on with him, but you know, I think we all can be at times, but that is indicative of his personality. So you know, and you're a caretaker, you're a nurturer, so why wouldn't he love to be with you? Okay?
He does.
He loves being with you. Right?
I know.
So it's a positive relationship, but I do really think, and I'm glad you are aware of this, that we really want to clear your energy. We want to clean it up and shift your energy and clear that vibration. So that's something I would suggest, and you can go to the website and you can take a look at that. You can put in the notes that you talked to me on the radio and your birthday, and I'll just whip it up for you. And that should lift the light and energy. Of course, if you'd like to have a personal session with me and discuss all the details, because you've been through a lot with family and it's been complicated, and we might not want to have all this whole conversation on radio, then on sarahspiritual.com, you can have a personal session with me, and we can explore all the ins and outs and really kind of clear. But you know what you know, and you know it's time to clear your energy. I would suggest you do something to clear your house. A quick thing that you can do is grab some ammonia, grab some lime, grab some Fabuloso, put the lime in the mop bucket, put your ammonia, put in some Fabuloso, maybe get some Florida water, throw that in too, mop up that house, get yourself some, I sell it on my website, copal or incense, charcoal, but really burn it out, or if nothing else, at least use sage. You got to lift the energy. And I would smoke out, I would clear out the energy in your car as well, because sometimes I feel like you get tired driving, and that's not normal, right?
Yep.
That makes sense to you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I look forward to talking to you again in the future. Look at Sarah Spiritual. We have a reversing spray that you can spray in your car to make things easier and a little easier to keep your house clean as well. But give your house a good mop up, and I'd love to make something for you. It is going to shift and change. You do have to do some things to lift your frequency. But you know what you know, and you're very intuitive, and trust that the angels are with you. Archangel Michael is with you, and your mother's mother, your grandmother, is also with you in spirit. Pleasure connecting with you, Pam. I'm glad you heard me on the radio. As we know, there are no mistakes, so we're grateful to have you here with us. All right. Bye for now.
All right. Thank you.
Bye. 866-972-7247. We're going to pull a question from our friends in Facebook and YouTube before we go back to the phone lines. And let's see, who do we have here? We've got Carrie Blueberry Noon Chang Wright. Well, let's stick with Miss Blueberry. All right, Miss Blueberry. I'm a Gemini, she says. Do all zodiacs have visits from loved ones, friends, and pets who have passed on? You know, Carrie, everyone has visits from our loved ones and pets and friends who've passed on. Just some of us are more aware of it than others. And, you know, Geminis, they've got a lot of energy. They're in the air. So where are the spirits? In the air. So of course you're one step closer to them being in the air. So it's not unusual for us to be connected to our loved ones on the other side. And Miss Carrie Blueberry, I know that you're very intuitive and you've got that twin part of you that is always grounded, and then you've got the part that's up in the air with the spirit world. So tune into your intuition and trust it. And not everyone's aware, but we all have the ability, and I'm glad that you have this ability. Thanks so much for your Facebook question. We're going to pull another one from our Facebook or YouTube. Let's see who we've got. We've got Kim Gary. Kim Gary says, please, will I meet my person this year? They're like, it's Sarah Spiritual. It's been so long. They're like, I want to meet my person. And Kim Gary is in the UK, so thank you so much for listening to us in the UK. And Kim Gary, let me take a look at where you are in the journey. Not this year. I know that's not what Kim Gary wants to hear, but Kim Gary, let me tell you, in the UK, love will find its way. Love will find its way. In February of 2024, that's when the energy opens up for love to come. So you're going to have to hang on. I know it's been so long, Kim Gary, but hang on, baby, hang on. We got to get you to 2024. That's when the tide of love turns, and it's coming your way. So be ready to snatch up your partner and be ready for that. Thanks so much for your Facebook question. We greatly appreciate you following us from the UK. And now I've got to go to Juno Beach. On the phone lines, I've got John on the line. John, how are you tonight?
Oh, doing fine. How about yourself?
I'm doing well, John. Thank you so much for calling. And how did you hear about the show?
Well, I was going to pick up dinner. I listened to 106.9 and 95.9 in the morning and 106.9 coming home from work. And it's the first time I've ever listened. I didn't even know your show was on. So I just apparently was basically told to give you a call, kind of reconfirm some stuff.
Reconfirm some things, and I'm so glad I was riding in the car with dinner. So what was for dinner, John? What'd you get?
Oh, Chinese. Grandson wanted Chinese tonight.
Well, that's a good thing to eat. I'm sorry I missed out on Chinese. Next time we're going to have Chinese. So, John, what's the burning question for us tonight as we get ready to wind out the show tonight?
Well, I've been told that my twin flame, I'll be meeting her sometime in the month of September here, and I'm just trying to reconfirm and see if that's what's coming about.
Well, partner, twin flame, not everyone's ready for their twin flame. Sometimes John will tell you be careful what you ask for, because twin flames can be a handful. And I don't know if you're really up for all that.
I know.
But I got to take you through the journey
been through a
here.
lot.
And when I take you back to 2014, that was a time of shifts and changes for you, John. Had you moved then or something, please?
No. I lost my wife to cancer. And
was 2014 a difficult
I just
year for you?
Not for me, but for my family.
Okay. They take me back to 2014 as
it,
being a challenging year, something difficult that impacted you, impacted your family perhaps, but that's when they take me back. Now, love, someday she'll come along, right? So when I look at the energy of love, I'm not going to say that I see them in September. I can't say that because I don't see their energy close to you. But I will tell you this. The divine love partner, maybe they took the detour. There's a lot of construction on the roads of life right now. But when I look at the energy of partnership, I look at that energy and I really move you closer towards the end of the year into the beginning of the new year. And why do I say that to you, John? Around the time of your birthday, that's when the frequency of love is its strongest for you. It's like a portal, a window opens. And it is a year of self-love, self-worth, and love. And there's a union, there's a connection that is meant to transcend time. In other words, there is a person that comes that has been connected to you in a past life scenario that is being brought back to your energetic field, and it's up for the two of you to find
Mhm.
out if we can connect. Now, will I call this person twin flame? I cannot verify that because there's a lot of misuse of that word, but I do know that there's a soul
Mhm.
connection coming for you. I just don't feel
Oh yeah.
like they're
Well, I
coming
lost
in.
I lost my soulmate, and I knew my wife was my soulmate from the time I was a child. I didn't even know her, but I
You
used to
didn't know
pass
her.
her house all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And first time I went to take her out for a date, guess what? It's the same house.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we had been together for 45 years.
Yes.
And
that's a beautiful
it's
thing.
just,
That's a beautiful thing.
oh yeah.
And when I
Yeah.
look at the next chapter of beauty and love, that's your 2024 time. 2023 is still
Okay.
getting you ready to be ready for that. You'll know like you know. And since you were on hold, you probably heard this song, but there's a song that I wrote. Those are all the songs are songs that were channeled through me. Do you know me? Do I know you? I think we met before. I was seeing you before me, before you walked through the door. Do you know me? You're going to feel that, John. And when you feel that, you're going to know like
Oh.
you know that that's the person.
Oh, definitely. I'll definitely know when the person comes in
Yes.
contact with. But as far as it goes, another question I have, I've got my youngest daughter,
Yes.
and she's kind of shunned me after my wife passed away last year. And I guess she's doesn't believe I should carry on with my life, which I'm totally, I have to, start all over again. And apparently, I guess she just is having an issue with me
She is.
about that. And
And the show tonight,
I'm,
John, the show tonight, John, was about attachments. And she's attached to the idea
Yeah.
of how it used to be. And she almost feels like that
Mhm.
paradigm should never change. That is her resistance to
Yeah.
change. And,
right.
you've had to get used to the fact that your wife is gone, but although she's not gone, and I do hope that you and I speak again so that I can form that
Oh, no.
connection
No, she's
and
not
bring
gone. Oh, yeah.
bring that through for you, because that would be fabulous for us to do. There's just not enough time in the show for me to make that connection because we are winding down. But your daughter is resistant to change. She's a very stubborn individual naturally. And so for her, it's difficult for her to envision life any other way. So my suggestion to you is to see her in this purple energy of transformation and transcendence. It is the light of the violet flame of Saint Germain to assist and transcend her so that she can come to a higher frequency, and knowing that although her mother is no longer here in the physical form, she's here in spirit, and that you in physical form can
Oh, yeah.
move forward. And you know that, I know that, but
Right.
she's not really in alignment with that at this time.
She's,
But for this minute,
no,
John, we
she's
must
not.
complete.
I'm giving her plenty of space.
Yes. We're getting ready to wave off the show, but I'm so glad your call got taken, and you're in Juno Beach. Be
Well,
sure
thank
to
you for
visit
taking my call.
You're welcome. Be sure to visit our center, the Expedito Center. Just look up Sarah Spiritual. We're in West Palm Beach. I'm sure you'll find it fascinating, and we even have a twin flame candle and some products that I create just to match that. So let's see if we can. Come on, baby, light your fire. Let's get you going, John, all right? It's time.
I appreciate it. Thank you very
All
much.
right. Thank you so much for
Okay.
calling.
Have a nice one.
You too. Bye for now. Bye. 866-972-7247. Write the number down. This was our 697th live show, and I just want to talk to you. Perhaps I'll talk to you next Wednesday night from 6:30 to 9 p.m. for Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. Thank you to everyone who's been following the show, and thank you to everyone who's joining our family of radio listeners. We welcome you all. We appreciate your taking the time to call. We're always grateful to Spirit for answering the questions. We appreciate you. Good night. God bless you. And I am Sarah Spiritual.